It's been an exciting journey over the last 18 years as an academician, author, and institution builder with leading business schools like NMIMS Global, SPGN School of Global Management, IMT Ghaziabad, and ICFI Business School. My current role of Chief Academic Officer at NMIMS Global encompasses me to do academic growth of the program, launching new programs, faculty recruitment and management, students experience management, conduct of examinations, and managing other academic activities. Vigorous interactions with the students over the years encouraged me to co-author 9 books with reputed publishers like Wiley, Pearson, and IGI Global, in addition to several case studies and research papers in journals of repute. Well, I started my journey as a faculty of soft skills, post-PhD in English, and was always excited to learn new skills. I grabbed every opportunity that came my way. In this journey, what worked for me was continuous learning. And I followed 3-step approach for this. I would be happy to share that with the participants here in case it helps them. So the first approach that I followed was learning on the job. I took up new and challenging roles on the job and learned in the process. Whenever a responsibility was assigned to me at work, I would always think, wow, me, rather than why me. The roles of Chief Academic Officer at NMIMS Global, Deputy Director, Executive MBA at SPGN Global, Admissions Chairperson at IMT Ghaziabad, Area Chairperson for 9 years, and heading other committees at various business schools helped me understand the students' expectations and contribute my bit to the management education. So that was the first approach, learning on the job. The second approach was learning from the people around me. I actively participated in the conferences, trainings, and workshops and took teaching assignments at national and international level. So for instance, participation in international conferences in US and Europe, workshops like case teaching and writing at Ivy Business School, negotiation and leadership workshop at Harvard Law School, they all enhanced my learning regarding the contemporary pedagogies practiced at schools of repute. Teaching at leading international national business schools like Normandy Business School in Paris, SPGN Global in Dubai, IMT Dubai exposed me to international teaching practices. So that was a second approach, which was learning from the people around me. Third approach was learning through formal qualification. I completed my doctoral long back in 2003. And since then, I have continued the education through several formal trainings and certifications to keep myself updated in the domain. The last one was a 1-year advanced program for marketing professionals from IIM Calcutta in 2019. I'm currently planning to pursue postdoc program. So I'm a learner forever, and I strongly believe that the pace at which things change, we can't be complacent about learning. We need to upskill and reskill every day. So that was a brief about me. I hope that helps. A person's career is no longer the end product of an education, as we have just seen. When I passed out doctoral, I think had I stopped there, I think I would not have grown. So instead, a career is an education itself, and it has to be a constant process of learning and development. The pace at which technology evolves can create circumstances in which a mastered skill may be outdated within a few years. So we all have to grow as we go on. This is all the more relevant in the current scenario amid the business shifts and new environment resulting from the COVID-19 pandemic. Businesses across a range of sectors are facing losses, with millions of workers in danger of losing their jobs. So at the same time, companies have been forced to move their operations to the digital domain practically overnight, often resulting in a massive skill gap. Considering all this, fostering a culture of continuous learning is extremely important, which means focusing on upskilling and reskilling to guard against challenges. Let me elaborate on these two terms, reskilling and upskilling. So reskilling is defined as the development of additional skills and new capabilities to help one move to a new role. Whereas upskilling is defined as the training that enables one to become better at a job they already perform. What I understand is both of them collectively are important, because sometimes you would just be trying to improve in the same role, sometimes you are changing the role. So both of them collectively have to be a part of our journey. We earlier discussed about the 3-step approach for continuous learning. Let me elaborate on the third approach, that is learning through formal education and how to choose the right program. Look for a program that aligns with your career goals, gives you hands-on learning experience, networking opportunities, industry-relevant learning, interaction with global faculty. The brand and credibility of the institute from where you pursue your studies adds great value in embellishing the CV. Please note that once you've taken the degree program, short-term certifications would be needed to upgrade, continue. It can't be the end of the journey. We have to continue it by maybe upgrading ourselves by short-term certifications and training programs. So that's. So I see varied paths coming here. So yes, it gets very confusing. From where should I do MBA? What school, what value are they adding? Where should I pick up? So of course, that's one part of it. I will talk about how should go about selecting the right business school to pursue MBA. And then I will also talk about whether executive MBA or a full-time MBA. I'll also talk about what both these nomenclatures mean and how should you go about that. So first, let me focus on what should you look for when you are pursuing MBA, how to choose the MBA. So it is extremely important to identify your post-MBA career goals, which means identifying where you are in your career and where you want to go is the most essential step in determining the list of schools that will help you in getting there. Once this introspection is done, the following factors that help you eliminate and narrow down your choices of business schools. So I'm going to share here quick 10 pointers which you can keep in mind while you are shortlisting the business schools that could be of interest to you. Okay. The first one, business school rankings. While rankings serve as a great data point to compare amongst the business schools, they should be used with a bit of caution. Different publications and online outlets have their own different ranking and the criteria. So just use that with a bit of caution. And it is important to pay attention to the ranking methodology and criteria used in the rankings. So first one is business school rankings. Third one is program specialization. If you're targeting a job in the financial industry or you would like to start your venture and become an entrepreneur, then a school that offers a specialization in those fields would serve as a stepping stone to your post-MBA career. That was second one. Third, course structure and pedagogy. Now, the course structure varies from one MBA program to another. At a glance, they all look similar, but each one possesses a distinctive culture and management development approach. So look for the school that offers a course structure and pedagogy aligned with your goal. Another one, next one is geographical location. Geography influences ties with recruiters, school strengths, and the community environment. It is important to look at the proximity of the business school with the industries and the jobs which you are vying for after your MBA program. Next is cost and ROI, which you also touched upon, which becomes a very important factor. Now, while many rankings consider the ROI of business school programs, they look at different data points to arrive at different conclusions. For example, Forbes ranking considers 5-year gain for MBAs across a host of key areas, while other rankings like Economist calculates ROI regarding 1-year gain to determine early value from first year salaries against tuition. Thus, it goes beyond your coveted starting salary and is inherently individual. It is advisable to take a long-term view when considering the ROI of going to business school. Next one is job placement and career opportunities, which is of course very, very important for the students. It is important to evaluate if your target business schools are well positioned to help advance your career goals and vision. Talk to alumni about their experience with the career services team and review the program's career and employment report. Another important factor is MBA scholarships. While most business schools offer some form of financial assistance, it would be prudent to check and confirm with data available on the website or by asking the admissions team. Next is alumni community. You could also check if the school has alumni in your target company or profile. So that also helps you in alignment. Next important factor is faculty. Check if the faculty have a mix of, if the school has a mix of academicians and industry practitioners amongst the faculty pool. Does the faculty encourage hands-on learning through projects and experiences? The last one, which to my understanding is also very important in nowadays, is medium of education. What is the model? Whether it is hybrid, whether it is completely online, whether it is weekend, weekday, residential, because I think that also plays a major role in deciding our MBA program. So this was a quick list of 10 parameters which I have shared, which is of course not a finite list. This is just indicative. There could be many more. Prioritization of these criteria would be subjective and would largely be based on your career goals in selecting the business schools. So important part is prioritization, and then I think whichever falls high in your priority, according to that, you can take a call of the right business school for you. Okay, so this was about choosing how to choose the right business school. To understand the distinction between these two terminologies for everybody's understanding. An executive MBA program, also known as MBA, EMBA, is designed for students who are further along in their careers and want to continue working full-time while in school. Schedules vary among programs, but most offer part-time formats like weekend, weekday classes. Comparatively, full-time MBA programs are academic programs for students with fewer years of work experience. These students leave their jobs to attend schools, have the summer off between the first and second year of the program to participate in internships, and usually have access to on-campus recruiting services for permanent postgraduate positions. Now, the curriculum for an EMBA is broadly similar to that of a regular MBA. However, the major distinction lies in content material like case studies, pedagogy, mode of teaching. Two-year program focuses more on internships, employability skills, whereas EMBA focuses on skills needed for career acceleration. The desired outcome upon completion of an executive MBA program is an upper management position. So their coursework focuses on the development of a managerial skill set that can help professionals excel at the highest level in any industry or company. Therefore, each model has its own advantage. The choice between full-time or executive MBA would depend on your stage and availability of resources when you plan to do MBA. Both are equally good. It's just that at what stage you are, what your career goal is, and where you want to enter into the game. I think that will decide the fact. Of all the things that occur in the world of business, change is constant. But with change comes uncertainty. Now, the list of skill sets that MBA would impart is long. To name a few: soft skills, problem-solving skills, networking know-how, dealing with pressure, strategic thinking, time management, critical thinking, and on and on. Now, how does MBA help you prepare for an uncertain future? Is like a jigsaw puzzle, where you don't know how it will end up looking like. MBA gives you those tiny pieces of different skill set. In the end, how people use these skills and make of it is completely personal. An MBA would surely give you the tools to prepare for the next stage of your career. You will have the skill sets, you will have sets, you will have the tool. Now, how best you can utilize in your career, that depends on an individual. So just to sum up, see, whether it is market disruptions, new business objectives, or employee demands, staying agile in these moments will set you up for success. The only way to do this is through continued education. So first suggestion is be a learner forever. Never stop learning. Second is, I think, learn from everyone around you. Senior, peer, junior, subordinates, anyone. I think there's so much to learn from them. So keep that journey on, keep learning from everyone every day. The third tip I would like to give is be resilient. And I think this is one thing which I have personally seen has helped me. Getting up every day, leaving the past aside, behind in fact, and every day starting with a new energy, fresh approach, and facing the challenges. And I think that really helps us progress and grow.